Hey guys, so most of you guys know that I have this I rebuilt not too long ago, and I love it, I love it, I love it. It's a flange tool, and it also has the hole punch right here, but you can tell that this throat right here doesn't go very deep, so you can only go so far in there to pop that hole. Sorry, I'm holding the camera wrong. So you got a couple choices. You can either use this, step it down to what size you want, or you can get you one of these. This is a Roper Whitney hole punch, and it lets you basically set up for your depth if you want, however deep you want it to stop. But that's probably at least 3 inches in, so it's pretty good depth, a lot farther obviously than that. So when you come in, and you're welcome. And then so when you come in, you can go way in there to pop your holes. So basically that's what I'm using. Always stagger your welds, make them stronger. It doesn't hurt anything to do that, and it's just gonna help, in my opinion. Now if you want it to come off, line them up, it ain't gonna come off, but it's just gonna make it a little bit stronger, in my opinion, again. And that's just what I was taught by Kevin, and he's brilliant. So anyway, I'm getting ready to put some of these, so I'll show you how this thing works. A lot of you guys probably already know. It's not like some big secret. Hopefully I don't shut you off and I can see what you're seeing there. Normally you're gonna use this right side up like this and pop down and shear it, but since this has got this edge on it, I probably ought to tighten that down. Come up in here like that, line it up over where you want it, about right like that, and then squeeze it. Super easy. Pop it out. Now you got this perfect. This is 281 thousandths is what this is, and I actually ordered this especially because of that. That was an odd size, but it's the only size they had for this tool, and it's real close to what I like to use for plug welds. Now a lot of guys are going to say, hey, no, you need to go bigger, blah blah blah, but understand I do things differently than a lot of people. And so I again taught by Kevin, and when I'm welding with my MIG welder, I turn it up and I hit it hard and quick. So I'll fill this in super quick, and it'll almost be like a pinch weld, except it's going to be like, it'll come through the backside. You'll see the little beads coming through the backside. But I use 030 wire, and I turn the machine up to where I just hit it and back off of it, fill that in real nice, and those suckers they're not coming apart. I promise you that. Just for me. Now if you guys want to make a bigger hole, whatever you want to do, that's you. I can promise you this works. I've done it. I've done it on my my rockers, and those suckers, if you guys watch a video on my rockers, they're legit. They're not coming apart. So anyway, just want to show you this tool. I found this on eBay. I think they make newer ones now that you can probably get at here, let me just keep going, that you can probably get at Eastwood or places like that. I'm not going to go right on that edge. I'm going to move it over just a tad. Come back with it. Alright, now I have to come off of it. But again, I stagger them. Then I'll come over here, catch the edge of this one. The next one. Kind of center that up. And then the last one right here on the edge, somewhere close. Like that. So yeah, and so these are pretty small. Some of these I've popped to a 1/4 inch, and I've used that, but I forgot I had that tool, and so, but a 1/4 inch will work also. They'll be amazing. So yeah. And for the heat that I'm putting in this, some would say that 1/4 inch is probably too big, but it will work. And these pop really clean holes. It's clean on both sides. When you're running a drill through it, you got to make sure you come back on the other side and clean that burr up. See that burr that just popped up right there? That'll hold that panel. Well, that won't on this one because I drilled down, but if you did it down this, or if you did it up from the bottom up, it would have a burr on the outside and it'd hold your panels away from each other. You don't want that. So basically, that panel will fit right in there like that. I've got my little holes that I line up, which that one's not. And I put my pins back in, put my pin back in there, put my pin back in right there when it's lined up right. Pin back in right there. And then I put a clamp on this end right here. So once that's all in there, then I can come back in and clamp. Once this is on, clamp it next to it and weld that. I won't be welding this now. I'll be welding this once the car is built. So I won't be welding any of this stuff really until the car is built. I know Jubee said you could put the drop-offs on, possibly, but even then he's kind of said, nah, probably not a great idea, but he said you probably could. But you know, there's not very much room. Say this is your 1/4 panel here. There's not very much room between that, just a small gap. And so if that thing sticks out any too much or whatever, you're gonna have panel problems. So it's best, like he said, to go ahead and put it all together and then put your 1/4 panels on and get it all in where you need it to be, and then lock it down, and then you know you're going to be good to go from there, and your panel's going to fit correctly. Because if you don't get surprised with, oh no, now this thing sticks out too far and it's pushing my panel out too far. That's why we build these cars completely. So many people have said, why are you, and I keep saying the same thing over and over and beating a dead horse, why do you do it this way? Because you really have to. You really need to build the car completely, put it all together, make sure everything fits, then do all your plug weld holes like I'm doing here, right? And then grind that down, shoot your weld through primer on both sides, and then you're ready. You can set your parts aside, and then when you come back, it's ready. You just clamp it together, weld it shut. So I'll have weeks of welding, I'm sure, by the time for the whole car. But anyway, so I thought I'd share that little tool with you. It's pretty cool. Like I said, it makes nice, clean holes that don't burr. There's no burrs on the back side. So what else? Oh, if you are looking for a Camaro, Jubee has one for sale. He works at the installation center. I've already gave him a shout out. He's building on camera right now. If you go to his YouTube channel, he's building a 69 Camaro that is for sale. So if you're looking for one, he's got one and it's built right. He's mini tubbing it and doing the whole thing. And like a lot of people have said, I've heard him talk about the Dynacorn bodies, and I've looked up a lot of stuff about buying a full Dynacorn body, and they sell them fairly cheap. It's surprising how cheap they sell them. But remember, you get what you pay for. I mean, I don't know what kind of machines they're welding those together with. Are they the kind like Jubee has, it's like 30 grand, that actually is like the factory had? Or are they these little hand, ones that may or may not hold your car together. Plus, when you get them, are the gaps right? Are the panels right? Are you going to have to take it back apart and redo it to get it nice? I mean, there's a lot more to it than just buying a body and then throwing it together. So if you're looking for a quality and for sure done right, you should check out Jubee's channel. Like I said, he's got one for sale. He's wanting, I think, 20 grand for it, and that's a full body. I think that comes with some other stuff as well. I'm not sure if that's in the price or not. But anyway, get with him and he'll give you all the details and everything. But I've had so many people ask me if I could build their car for them, and I'm like, man, I don't have time. I'm building my own stuff. You know, I mean, I'd love to sit and build cars for people, but I just can't. So if you want someone to build a car for you, he's got one, and he's building it, and you can watch him build it, and you can buy it and watch him finish it. So just letting you know, if you want a 69 Camaro, he's got one. It's got mostly AMD parts. He knows how everything fits. He knows what goes wrong, what doesn't fit, what does fit. He's been doing it for a long time. And so yeah. So if you're interested in that, get a hold of him. His channel is aMAYsing. I'll put a link in the description because I can't remember. It's like, I can't remember now. Sorry, Jubee. But if you look up Jubee May on YouTube, it'll pull up his. It's like aMAYsing, something aMAYsing or whatever. So anyway, I thought I'd make this video real quick to show you what I'm doing here. I'm back on this. My little girl had surgery and she's healing up from that. So I got a chance to kind of scoot out here again real quick. I'm gonna finish up popping these holes and any kind of other touch-up welding that needs to be done on this. And then I'm gonna flip it back over and put it back on the rotisserie, or not rotisserie, I wish we were rotisserie. The frame jig. Maybe someday a rotisserie with the frame jig. I don't know, we'll see. So yeah, that's it. I made this video probably longer than I wanted to, but yeah, check out his channel, and he's got some I've watched all his videos, and I've learned a lot, because I knew these parts were not accurate, but I didn't realize how inaccurate they are, and they really are. I thought, you know, they're gonna need a little modification, but man, there's some of the stuff really needs a lot of modification. So I said, it's just not a snap together deal. So, all right, guys, I hope you have a good 4th of July weekend, and we will talk to you next time. See you.